Martin from CST department. Today I'm going to discuss about my HALACS workflow engine. First of all, I introduce about the workflow engine. What is workflow engine? Basically, workflow engine is a set of rule. There, our project will completed or rejected, and that we can show in our log execution process in our workflow engine. I basically this project is created by the HALACS company in Coimbatore. So first of all, I run my backend in here. You can see it for backend. I can run one command, and create two different things folders. First of all, the backend folder, and second is the frontend folder. Now our backend folder is run on the server. Now I run my frontend folder. For frontend folder, I also enter inside my frontend folder. Here I basically give my command npm start. Our frontend will be starting a server, or we can see in a browser, because it's totally based on the React project. Uh, in that we have some setup steps and 2 or 3 rules. There we can view our everything. You can view my interface, workflow engine. There are two options, workflow and create new. So we go for the create new workflow, and I click here create new workflow. Here I can give my workflow name. My workflow name is finance. Maybe I have some spelling mistakes, but the laddu is not a round shape, but it's tasting good. It is very good. So you see here, this is my Canva view. Now I not created, so my Canva view is totally empty. If I created, then my Canva view you can see it. And here I can add my steps. The first step is we submit. We submit, then submit after approval, and the add the step. And the second step, it goes to the as example manager. Then manager also approved. Then okay. And the third step is if done. Our finance project is done, then it's give notification, and our 3 steps is added there. And now I added the rule. The rule is added for the manager. Manager see the amount less than 100, the it will be rejected. If the manager say amount greater than the not 100, I mentioned 1000, but basically I told 100 by mistake. If the amount is greater than 1000, then the project will done. And I added 2 rules. I go to save workflow. Here you can view my workflow finance. This is active. This is in active state. We have 3 steps, 2 rules, and we have 3 options: edit, execute, and delete. Here if I press in delete, the my workflow will be deleted. If I execute, you see what happen if I execute my workflow. Here initially I mentioned amount is 500 rupees, but I need to increase my amount, so I mentioned 2000 rupees. If the amount is 2000 rupees, what happen? Manager will be approved and project will done. So I start execution. I can view my log. I by mistake I mentioned the wrong rule, so it's happened. Wait, I will show you. Again I go and edit. For edit manually I can go edit. Here I need to edit my rules, so I rejected. If the amount is by basically you can see there the rule is totally different, so the it will rejected. I need to edit. So for editing, I cut there, and I mention the new step manager. Now I mention amount. Greater than 1000, then it will rejected with some. Now I can execute. For 700 rupees, the process will be done. You can view, and process will be completed. Now it's totally work. Process will completed. We have totally 9 execution entries. There you can view. First of all, workflow execution start. Second in the submit. Submit completed. This goes to manager. Manager view, and manager check the rule. Amount rule. What happened? Manager check the rule. Amount will be done. Project will be done, and the last done, and workflow is completed. So thank you for this workflow engine. And initially, I my purpose is to show you two process. What happened in the reject process and what happened in the done process. So I basically run in the two things. First is the rejection process, and the second one is the completion process. Now I can see my, you can see my repository in a GitHub. Here you can see my Halleyx workflow repository. In Halleyx repository, two folders are available. In starting, I told you backend, frontend, and git ignore. Git ignore basically used for ignore the some files as like node modular that has the not used in our GitHub. It's totally wastage for our GitHub storage. So I mention here git ignore, and thank you for if